Hey Bubble family, welcome back to the channel. So this is probably going to be a little bit controversial, this video, and I was going to do this Friday, but in light of the fact that some photographs have been released regarding the alleged child that is meant to be Lili, I felt it was important that I do this video today because I'm kind of like, oh, I need to talk. Now, I'm going to also be doing other videos where I'm going to unpack everything that I believe in regards to the pregnancies or alleged pregnancies. So, you know, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on these videos. But this one is going to talk about, again, around the Jubilee, the fact that these photographs have come out, my thoughts and opinions on this, and they are opinions, they are not factual, they are what I believe. And yes, even though I'm a therapist and I give that therapeutic opinion, I'm still human and I actually have my own thoughts around this particular saga. So if you want more information on this and you want to listen to what I have to say, you know what to do, guys. Grab your drink of choice. And I've not got mine today because I forgot because I was so excited about coming on camera. But yeah, grab that drink of choice, whether it be tea, coffee, glass of milk, glass of water. Maybe you would like a glass of whiskey because, you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So maybe a nice gin and tonic as it's a nice day. Yeah, well, you know, grab your drink of choice and let's dive right in. So, Bubbles, welcome back to the channel. So yes, this video is going to be a little bit controversial because it's a difficult one. Being a therapist, you kind of have to look at both sides of things or all sides of things, and then you kind of can come to an informed decision. And I have done that. So from a personal level and a professional level, I have looked at this. And obviously now you are probably all seeing that some photographs are circulating around them allegedly being Lili. I am denied whether I was going to put pictures on the channel of the child because I normally don't like to do that because it is children, but these are on the public domain, and so under the Fair Use Fair Dealings guideline, I feel like it's okay to do that. Now, obviously, this is not about the child per se. I will never ever speak badly about a child. The child is beautiful, but I am going to be talking about Meghan, and I'm going to give you some pictures as to why I believe this is another fake edited photograph of this child and why I think what we're now seeing is narc revenge. So obviously in yesterday's video, I spoke about the leading up to the Jubilee and kind of what was happened. Now, I am obviously fast forwarding because I was going to do this video on Friday, but I feel that because these photographs have come out, I'm going to do this now. But I am going to also unpick the Thanksgiving and everything else in other videos. And I'm going to talk a bit more in length in another video of what I think surrounding the pregnancies alleged and what I believe, okay? So I think what we're now seeing is full-on narc revenge from Meghan. Now the photograph, and I'm going to put the photograph here, of 3 photographs. All three of these photographs were taken at the Jubilee. Sorry, no, 2 photographs were taken at the Jubilee and 1 was taken at the polo match. You can see the difference in Meghan's face. The photograph, which I will also show, of Meghan holding the alleged child, this is not a recent photograph of Meghan. I would say this is a very old photograph of Meghan, and it's been orchestrated and edited. It's possible she was holding a child, but this child, I believe, has been edited either in the picture or there is some discrepancy, whether that is the original child from somebody else, say, and Meghan's just holding this child, and they're creating this to be Elizabeth. And they're creating this to be Lili. Yeah, I'm not going to say the full nickname because I just found that very yeah, didn't like that at all. So she's going to be called Lili. Here's the thing. You're dealing with, let's always, so this is where we're going to put our critical thinking brain in, guys, because we are dealing with a narcissist. Never forget that, because I'm seeing people saying, oh, the child looks like them. Of course, this is an edited photograph. You need to remember that. If you look at the photograph, which again, I'm going to put up here of the one where the child, it looks odd. The face doesn't look right. The way the child is posed, the way that the face, it looks very large. Also, the child looks older in this picture than it does in the picture where she's holding the said child. So it's possibly the same child, but they've changed the face, which is what I believe they've done even with Archie. They have edited the face with some very clever editing software. And what they've possibly done, and I'll show you because there's a picture of Harry and Meghan as babies. And I think what they've done is they've kind of morphed the two and created, and it can be done. I've seen it done. And I'm sure there are clever people, perhaps even on my channel, that can say that this can be done. And this is why I believe this is narc revenge for the Jubilee, because with a narcissist, if those children were with them, we would have seen them. They would have taken an opportunity to create a photo op, some description, whether it be even if the fact that we would have seen Archie at the concert, or they would have had Archie at the window holding Lili. They would have done that because those photographs in that window were pre-planned. They took that opportunity to stand at that window to show themselves off because they knew they were going to get papped. So that is the perfect chance, because at the end of the day, Louis is 4, Archie is 3, alleged Archie is 3. So that would have been a time for Archie to be at the window, but he wasn't. Neither was Lili. And at no point did anyone see the children. And also, I've had people contact me to say that they were not seen at the airport either. So no children have been seen. They were not seen in the car when she wound the window down. And you can see by Harry's face that he's not happy with that. So the children have not been seen at all over the Jubilee, which if you're a narcissist, that would have been the perfect time to create that royal connection, because we all know they're connected to the royals, because we're not stupid, and because Harry is Prince Harry and she's married to Harry, so we know there is still that connection. Them coming to the Jubilee creates that connection, albeit they didn't have anything they wanted. And I think this is why we're now seeing this, because she couldn't do it. She couldn't do anything over the Jubilee because everything was orchestrated, planned. They had people keeping check on them. And I'll say I will do other videos on this, but this is about the children. So what perfect time to try and take away from the Jubilee and the Queen would be to bring along Lili for her first birthday, a picture of, because that would have gone global. If she'd have shown the children at that window, that is what we would have seen. No shadow of a doubt. It was the perfect chance to do that. So to me, the children weren't there. They lied. They didn't bring the children. So then we have this friend, apparently, Misha, somebody. I'll put the picture up here with her name on. Apparently, suddenly up pops from Harper's Bazaar. And who's behind Harper's Bazaar? Well, their very own personal flying monkey. Oh, mad. I'm mad. He's Scobie. So up it pops in Harper's Bazaar, this picture of Meghan with this friend. No Harry, by the way. So there's no pictures of Harry here, which makes me think that he doesn't want to be any part of this. Even though he is part of it, he doesn't want to be anything part of it being public, because then if anything does come out, he's in serious trouble. And I think that they've also probably said you can't be involved in this scam that's going on, because I do think it is a scam now. And so what she's done now, they've come away from the Jubilee, and the first thing they do, narc revenge. I wasn't allowed to be involved in any of the celebrations. I couldn't get what I wanted. I couldn't get those column inches. So what am I going to do? I'm going to give a photo to Harper's Bazaar, which also is from this friend who she puts a photo of herself standing there with her children, which then creates it to be more believable. And then this very young pre-nose job, freckles, Meghan, very thin-faced, because I'm not being funny, you see the footage of her when she's walking up the steps. And this is not about shaming anyone's body or anything, because I don't do that, but it's about putting it in context. This is why I've put the picture up with the three together. In the polo match, you can see she looks very different. Her face looks different. Her nose looks different. And also in the lead up to where she's walking up the steps of the Thanksgiving, you can see that she's quite round-faced. It's like she's put a bit more weight on in the face. And her nose again looks very different. This is not a recent photograph of Meghan, but somehow what they've done is they've taken a photograph of Meghan either holding a child, or this is an old photograph of her, and they have edited this in to make it look recent. And it states on there that this person celebrated the first birthday of Lili with Meghan. Now, I find it very interesting that Harry is not in on this picture, because I'm not being funny. If it was the first birthday, then why did we not see a family photograph? But then we see then another picture of the child on its own, which looks very odd to me. The face doesn't look right. Also, the hair doesn't quite match, which makes me think that this particular child is the same child in the picture, but older. So they have now but taking it so it looks supposed to make us think it's the same child. It's the same day this was taken, even though the child is also, this is supposed to be a visit where they've gone and they've spent time, because I believe they've flown back now. So this is what a visit spending the first birthday, but yet the child in this particular photograph looks different, looks older, is wearing different clothes. So this is a pre-organized photo. This isn't just a snapshot. They've got the child changed, something different in the hair. Again, the child looks older than that particular other picture. All right, I'm not saying the teeth, because I know that some children, have teeth, but we had this about Archie, where in the video where she posted a video of the baby, Archie, alleged, a lot of people were saying the child looked older. And so I think we've got this again. It's interesting to me, the only time we ever see these children, and this is why critical thinking matters, is when they organise a photo shoot, when they organise their own edited photographs. Either Archie's face is blurry, or they've done it black and white, or they've done it sepia, or they've done something to create some kind of mystery around these photos. There is not a chance that for her first birthday, they would have not, if this child was really hers, really in her care, that she would not have organised Hello Magazine. There would have been some kind of really great photo opportunities. Like I say, they would have reeled the child out for a royal occasion. There possibly, if she'd have met the Queen, there probably would have been a photograph of the Queen with Lili, holding Lili, like there was with Archie. But there wasn't. There was nothing. So when we're dealing with a narcissist here, you have to remember, the more notoriety they have, the more column inches, the more fame they have, the better. And this would have been the perfect opportunity for her to do that with Lili, having Lili's first birthday. But what we got was an article in Harper's Bazaar, which is nothing. And we got that her friend, like she's done before with Archie, puts out a picture, an edited picture. And I will also do something on Archie as well, because there was a picture that come out on Twitter, and it was heavily edited. You could see that Archie's hair was coloured red. You could see it a mile off. But then it was quickly taken down, but not before people screen grabbed it, myself included. So to me, this is now what we're seeing now. And we knew it was going to happen. She didn't get what she wanted. And so we're now seeing narc revenge, and expect more of that. We are now going to get this now. We're going to get narc revenge, because this is what I believe happened when they left the royal family. I don't think it was they willingly wanted to leave. And again, I will do another video on this. But yeah, in my opinion, this child is either a surrogate, and the child isn't with them. The child is with the surrogate's mother. The child doesn't exist at all. Or this is like I say, this particular photograph is another child, possibly connected to somebody, and they've just put the child in, but they've changed the face of the child. Because the bottom line is that person, that version of Meghan is not a recent photograph of Meghan. That is not even Meghan with no makeup on, because her face is a lot slimmer. Her body frame is a lot slimmer. And you can just tell her, even if, okay, we can argue with the fact that maybe they edited the photograph to make her look slimmer. Okay, fair enough. But her nose doesn't even look the same. Her face, the construction of her face is completely different to what it is now. She's still got that kind of, in that photo, that kind of ski jump that I kind of call it. Whereas in the photographs now, you see it's a lot straighter. So this is an old photograph of Meghan, and they've either edited the child in, like I say, she was possibly holding a child, but they've edited this child in to make it look like it is actually Lili. But if you look at this version of the child to the version that where the child is sitting on her own, the child looks older. And the hairline is different. In this one, she's got the little wisps, whereas in the other one, she hasn't. So again, this is all orchestrated. This was a clever orchestrated plan to show a picture of Lili where it couldn't be disputed or people couldn't say anything. Well, I am saying something because I think this lie has gone on long enough, you know, and I know that people kind of go, well, you know, you're a therapist, you shouldn't say stuff like this. Yes, well, I can, because I'm a human being, and I will say this. I do not believe this photo to be real. I don't know who the child is. Can't answer that, and a lot of people have said that, like I say, that the child in the main picture does look like them, but if you look at the two side pictures I've put, it is very easy, well, not easy, but with the right equipment you can morph and create a person to look like, we've seen this done where, you know, where they do, you know, what a person would look like when they're older, or what a person would look like imagining like the two parents together. That's exactly what I believe done, because what they've done, I believe, is they've taken a photograph of Meghan as a child and they've superimposed that possibly over the top of, that's why the child looks very much like Meghan. But answer this, what are the odds? Now, I'm not an expert in biology, but what are the odds on a biracial woman and a very white ginger man having two children that look white, very white, and both have red hair? It's not a dominant gene. So the odds to me are pretty low. One child maybe, but the fact that this other child almost looks like an identical Archie, but with longer hair, is very, very suspect to me. So but of course, but they're going to succeed in the sense of, well, they will in the media, because the media will put this out, because the media for some reason are terrified of saying the truth, because somebody somewhere knows the truth that she did not carry these children, because you can see by her the way she handles herself. If anyone knows anything about being pregnant, this woman was not pregnant with Archie. Now, we didn't see a lot of it in regards to Lili, because she was in the States, so we never got a lot of footage around her being pregnant. But most definitely with Archie, and again, I will go into this in another video, but I do not believe these photos to be real. I do believe they are edited. And like I say, I ask you to put your critical thinking on. Don't just look at something and take it as the gospel truth. Remember, we are dealing with people that have money. We are dealing with people that have access to edited, very high up there edited equipment. It is very odd to me that we did not see Lili, if they're over in the UK, which this person apparently, the friend is, because they were still here on Lili's first birthday. So you're telling me that they chose to spend that with a friend, but there's no pictures of Harry, and also the fact that they didn't choose to show any of the children at all over this weekend. This, my friends, my bubbles, is classic Meghan, classic narc revenge, because she did not get what she wanted. She could not take the limelight away from the Queen because they were there, they were monitored. But as soon as she gets back, as soon as they're back here in California, the footage of the child is released. But to Harper's Bazaar, which is nothing, no Hello magazine, no footage anywhere. And you know why? Is because people can home in. If the children were real, they would have been there. And the fact that they weren't says to me that's because they know that they need to control it. They need to control what we see. They need to control what we are saying about the child. And that is why people are afraid to speak out about this particular incident. But I'm sick and tired of the lies. I don't know about you guys, but I really am. I don't know what is going on. I don't know who knows what and who's complicit in this, but somebody is. And I would love to be able to unravel that, but I don't. I can only go by what I believe, my own opinions, and what I see with my own eyes. And I trust my instincts. My instincts are telling me that this child either, like I say, is either a surrogate and is with the real mother, or they have somehow edited another baby and put and change the face to create it to look like Meghan, a very young baby Meghan. Because like I say, if the children were here, we would have seen them. Somebody would have seen them. Just because we've seen someone loading a high chair into a car means nothing. We would have seen these children if they were real, if they were here, you know. But and the fact that nobody. And that's what creates it to be more suspect to me. Because I believe if the children were real and say they were just keeping them private, we would see something. Somebody would pap them somewhere. Because like a lot of people have said, the laws in California, because a lot of celebrities have wanted to protect their children, the faces can be blurred out. Ask yourself this: why, when Harry and Meghan have been seen out and about, do we never ever see the children? But why is it also the fact that when the only times we do is when they decide that they want to put a video out, when they decide they want to put a photo out, they're never seen out and about just normally as a normal family, and the faces of the children are blurred out so we can't see who they are. Why were they not at the royal event? Because that would have been the perfect chance for her to reveal the children and make it about her. That didn't happen. This is a lie, in my opinion. This is possibly, in my opinion, one of the biggest scams of the my generation that I know. But like I say, use your critical thinking, guys. Don't just look at a photograph and be like, oh yeah, it must be her. Think about it. Think of way a narcissist behaves. It's all about them. They have to make it all about them. She couldn't do that. And I don't believe for 1 second that the royal family have said, you can't put the children in the window. You can't do anything. Don't believe that, because when you see the footage and you see all the other children at the window, that would have been the perfect chance for her to be holding Lili in the window, or have Archie standing with his cousins, his family. And yet we see nothing. These children are hidden. Why? And why is it the media never really mention them? In my opinion, I think the media would be critiquing the fact that they do not see these children. I think they'd be saying, why are the children not seeing if they were hiding the children away, if the children were real and they were hiding the children away, I think the media would be a bit more kind of ferocious and a bit more kind of like, why are you keeping the children from your cousins? This doesn't feel right. Because at the end of the day, they don't care. They just want their column inches. But the fact that there is nothing said about them, nothing. The only time we've seen photographs are the ones that are years ago. It's almost like this avoidance of talking about the children. That is suspect to me. So yeah, I think this is all pre-planned. I think this is orchestrated. I know that a lot of you think that she was pregnant. Some of you feel like that, and some of you feel that, the children are real. Again, I will talk about Archie. I will do a video on him. But in my opinion, this is fake. These photographs are fake. They are edited. And like I say, this is a narcissist. if these children were real, she would have done, you know, for Lily's first birthday, they would have been a spread in Hello magazine. They would have done something bigger than a couple of Instagram photographs with a friend, and it being in Harper's Bazaar, who, like I say, who's part of that? Well, like I say, they're flying monkey. So yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments, guys. You know, as always, please be respectful, please be kind, because if you're not, I will remove those comments, because I don't like anyone attacking anyone here, because this is the community that we are building to talk about opinions. I don't mind if you disagree with somebody, but just keep it respectful. Remember that we are all entitled to feel what we feel and have those opinions. I know that, like I say, this is a little bit more controversial, and I get that not everyone is going to like this particular video. That's okay too, but I've stayed silent on this long enough, and like I say, and this is my thoughts, my opinions, and I'm not thinking for 1 second that Meghan is going to be watching this, or, you know, or anyone else for that matter. I'm too small a channel for that. So yeah, so, you know, I you know, it's not my intention to upset anybody, but I hope that you like, are respectful of the fact that this is my channel and how I think and feel. So thank you as always, Bubbles, for supporting me, and I am now at 13.7 followers. So we are growing, Bubbles. This is fantastic stuff. So thank you so much. And as always, I love you. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow in another video. So take care, Bubbles. Mwah. Bye.